a moment in history for me that was probably the most important or the most memorable moment the whole time that our television show was on the air. It was when Sylvester and 2 Tons of Fun showed up to the studio to do their thing. Oh man, the energy level was off the charts. It was just bubbling under and ready to explode at any given moment. At the beginning of this clip, Robbie and I introduced Sylvester as a representative of the whole disco culture that would go down in history. As it turns out, it was true. I have put this clip on the air before, and I got comments like, who are those 2 clowns introducing him at the beginning of this whole thing? Well, that would be Robbie and I, the hosts of the television show. But anyway, this time period was very electrifying for the whole LGBTQ community. They looked upon Sylvester as their, freedom hero, and he was. He came from a very religious background. His parents, I believe, were Pentecostal, and it wasn't easy for him. He really had a lot of stuff to deal with, and he was so courageous. He was just his fabulous self, and when he did his thing in the studio, he just, he was charismatic and electrifying, and the whole audience was mesmerized by him. They couldn't stop clapping when it was all over. It was a small studio, and we didn't have that big of an audience, but it felt huge, and it felt important. All of my staff looked up to him as one of their folk heroes. My makeup artist and my hairdresser and my costume designer. And I guess we lost him way too soon. We lost a lot of people way too soon. They died from complications of AIDS. And it was sad and devastating. And who knew at this time that we were doing this, that we would all have to go through that. Wow. Anyways, it was, like I said, an iconic moment for me. I hope you enjoy it. Here is Sylvester with Isadora Rhodes and Martha Wash, who went on to do It's Raining Men, not long after this, singing his hit, You Make Me Feel Mighty Real, and Disco Heat. What a time. What a song. What a crazy moment. Here we go. Sylvester.
Our special guest tonight is probably the most unique and dynamic performer on the disco scene today.
If you remember the rock and roll era of the 50s, you will remember the general public's first reaction to such controversial performers as Elvis Presley, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Little Richard. In time, those rock stars became legends, and their performances accepted as a mirror image of that era.
And now, in the 70s, and with the popularity of disco music, a new breed of performer has emerged. Instead of Presley, Lewis, and the Little Richards, we have the Village People, Grace Jones, and Tonight's Star. In time, they will be regarded as nostalgic reflections of the disco era.
Ladies and gentlemen, with some heavyweight support from his backup singers, the 2 Tons of Fun, please welcome the sensational Sylvester.